What did I tell you about adding too much water into the playset? That's Mummy's good table under that playset. Mummy is going to freak out. That is scary. Oh no, it's eating someone's head. Oh, do you like toys with sharks, do you?
Yeah.
Guess what I found at the shops?
What?
Oh, micro boats. Little miniature speedboats that look like a ton of fun. Warning, even though this toy is not labelled as an aquatic toy, it's a toy that plays on water in its own playset. The toy boxing says do not use this product in a bath or a swimming pool, but I know how children are, and if they see a toy that plays on water, these styles of toys will end up in baths and swimming pools. So is that shark going to do an unboxing, is it? Oh, must be a hammerhead shark that's doing that. Well, I was in the toy store just the other day and I noticed that toy there. How could you not miss that one? Bought the playset and I also purchased 3 of the little miniature speedboats, which look awesome. Yes, very curious when I saw this one. That's the name of the playset there, Shark Attack Challenge. The playset comes with this exclusive speedboat there. If I take a look at the back of the box, the glory just continues, and it does look like a whole ton of water play fun. It says real boat crane included, 1.8 meters of racetracks, huge Shark Attack Challenge. And that there's all the speedboats you can collect. Taking a look underneath the box with the shark now helping me and not hindering me, it cost me $39 I'd pay for the toy. It's probably far cheaper in the USA. And up the other end is a very curious read here. Quite a warning about the little button batteries used in these toys. They have caused problems with children. You've got to be very careful with them. But also, what is curious, it says do not use the product in bath or swimming pools. And I'm trying to get my head around why. Maybe we'll work out when we see the toy. And that's where I bought the toy in Australia at a place called BigW. That was rather daddy boring, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, well, we've got to say that because I think it's very important to get these things said in these toy reviews. And we'll move on now. What is also very curious about this toy being made by Zuru, do you know what else they make? And it's also a water toy, which isn't too bad. It's the Robofish, and I found the baby Dory, and who knows, baby Dory and the other Finding Nemo, Finding Dory toys might have a swim in this playset as well. Sorry for all the bird noises, but the reason why is right in the middle of the screen there. Birds go crazy when they see bluebell. Okay, now it's time for the unboxing, the all-important unboxing, and I'm pretty sure my son is going to be expert at getting into this toy, which I'm hoping is going to be a whole ton of water play fun. Here comes the first parts.
And here comes the rest.
Yeah, bring it on. You can start getting into the bags, as I can see you're quite eager to do. Actually curious whether that's like that Dory set, the one where the little fish swim around. Well, I must go and get that and see. And I'll try and get this boat out of this box. Come on, little boat. Come and play. Oh yes, Mr. Sticky Beak has arrived.
Bluebell just went inside, now he just came back out.
Okay, well look, we'll let the cats be the cats, and I'm going to have to try and get this little boat out. And it's... Oh, and it is coming out. Yeah, it just needs a bit of daddy strength. Okay.
Everyone's watching you.
Okay. Yeah, the cats are watching me. I don't know why. There's a little boat, and it is on like a little bit of seascape. The best way I can say it. Oh, it looks quite fancy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks so fancy.
You're getting into some of the boats, are you? Yeah, we need to get those out as well. But hey, what about building the playset?
I am trying to, but it's just stupid.
What about constructions? Don't you want to look at those?
No,
Just like Daddy gets rid of the constructions. What was your advice? Well, no, don't rip them up. We might need them. If you haven't got constructions, where do you look?
Look at the box.
Look at the box. Good boy. That is the place to look if you sort of lose your constructions. And if you destroy the box, well, basically you're sunk. No pun intended. I'll try some daddy snips here, solo ones at that. A bit hard doing solo daddy snips and get this little boat free. I'm actually semi-excited about this toy. There's something about it that's reminded me of something from the past, and I haven't quite got my head around that yet. That is nice. Got one of those secret... Oh, it's already started. It's one of these water-activated ones. There's probably parts in this that you touch, and maybe these parts here. Wow. I can feel a little propeller. I can hear it there. See it there? Yes.
That may be pop stuff.
Yeah, one of those secret rubber bands that killed the dinosaurs is around that. So obviously the playset came with that boat. These bits and bobs which haven't been put on yet, that's some sort of crane, and there's some sort of water dipper here. Haven't worked out why. A shark, because, well, that just hauls the children in. Of course, that's something to promote what we've got here. And have you built the playset up? Well, you've sort of just lined it up. Yeah. How about getting the playset together? Come on! Well, my son's got those carbon switches there that can make them operate out of water. It's got a little rudder on the back that makes it work. They actually look rather nice, but what does my son think about the boats? What's your first thoughts?
It looks so cool.
It does look cool, doesn't it? Here's the construction sheet. As you can see, it's rather small by the scale of my hand there. I might have to get my micro glasses on for this one. It's black and white version. It's sort of what we saw in the box. That's the components, and then that's how you set this playset up. It's a very good study of that there. Very good study. Oh, watch out. Fish out of water. Fish out of water. We're coming in to save Nemo there with the crane. We're already playing before we got any water in there. The way these parts connect together, it's really important to get these little clips around and the parts pushed together properly. There's like an O-ring, it'd be like half an O-ring basically because it's not a full circle. And then you use a clip here to make sure that it's all secure. Now hopefully that's going to be a nice water seal there. So I've made one join there and I've made another join there. But it does go together rather nicely, and there'll be another piece that basically comes in here, somewhere like that. Okay, I've built up the microboats playset. Very easy to build. It should be fun once there's water in there. I will play with it as if we've just only got one boat initially, just to see how it feels. I was very curious about the profile of this part of the playset, and I know there's another playset with parts similar to it. It's that Finding Dory playset there, the Marine Life Institute playset. But the thought of connecting one to another, just forget about it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. There are two totally different styles and profiles there, which is rather sad. But, you know, it has me thinking maybe I should build up this playset here, see if little boats run around in this, and see if Finding Dory characters run around in this, because surely wouldn't that make any sort of toy sense if they played together? The Finding Dory playset was $49 in Australia, that's $1 off $50, and this microboats playset for me was $39, that's $1 off $40. So quite a curious price difference between those two sets. I'll be quite honest here, when I first saw these little boats, well, I just thought, oh, this looks like a little pool toy, but remember there was that warning there not to go into baths and pools with these toys. Sure enough, I went out and bought this playset, and you know how much it costs. I've said it already in this video. But I could also go to Kmart and pick up basically a $10 inflatable pool. I don't know, that's what I first thought of when I saw those little boats. Okay, it's time to start playing water, and we love waterworks, don't we? We've actually worked out that scooper is for, well, filling and also mainly emptying the playset. It's the right shape for emptying. And I found a second purpose for this Finding Dory toy finally, because it was no good for doing any coffee, and I'll start pouring water as well. Hopefully the playset won't develop any leaks. Mind you, I am thinking that the seals were pretty good in this playset. Reckon we've got enough water in that playset? What do you think?
No, not yet.
Oh, I don't want to mess. I don't want to mess, you know what that means?
Mess.
No, it always means the reverse, doesn't it? That's going to cause chaos if you tip that. Please don't. Please.
I want to.
Okay, this is the first time we'll be putting a boat in water. We have set the rudder straight, and we'll just see what manic action happens. It turns on automatically once it hits the water. Now it says it's a scale speed of 200 miles an hour in this playset. I'll be quite honest. But it reverses and it goes forward. Oh, it's got like manic action. Oh goodness me, that's going to cause chaos.
I think there's a driver in this.
Well, that's caught me by surprise. I sort of didn't.
There's a driver inside.
I didn't realise there was this random style of driving.
There's a driver inside this.
It's just random. It's going forwards now. I can't see 200 miles an hour scale speed unless.
The one that goes like onto straight.
No, it's going into backwards mode again. Oh, I see. So the challenge is to try and pick one up when it's going manic mode. What does this shark do? Oh, you got it. Well done. Well, he's having fun, and Becky's looking very, very happy with what's happening. I'll be quite honest here, it's playing out a little bit more sedately than I thought. That's, well, I dare say it's nicer for younger children. I'm itching to put in the pool or a bath. I'll be quite honest there. Now it's just come to a stop.
Don't do it.
Oh, I think it's like you got to tap it to make it work. Is that right? Is it like Robofish? Or has it just stopped? We'll have to read the instructions. Okay, there you go. You can play with just pushing it around with your hand. And the shark eats it then. See, children don't need batteries to play, I can assure you. Well, I've got a bit of quiet time to explain the boats a bit more. There are the carbon knobs there at the bottom. You can touch those and the little motors will turn on. They do activate when they go into water. There is like a push button on the nose here. And I think that's what gives you your forward and backwards and randomness. And what I've done here is I've just set the rudder to full tilt in one way. And you'll see that the boats can do nice tight turns as well. Mind you, we rarely play like that in this video. Yeah, I think it's going to be more fun with more boats in there and some other things as well to hit. Ooh, yeah. It is important to see the way my son likes the shark element in that playset, but I'm not surprised because so often that's the best fun with these styles of toys.
Finally, I got a boat. No! Okay. No!
Yeah, that's a shark talking. And what we're going to give the shark is more boats to play in this playset. In Australia, they cost basically $15 a pop. They're probably far cheaper overseas. Australia has some really high toy pricing. I'll get these guys open. Look at that, single daddy hand. But I've got the daddy sips to get it out. It's these rubber bands that are near impossible to see. Don't you hate that? I think they're the scourge of all the parents these days. The little boats also come with the instructions. I think it's the same one that came with the playset, but there is some very important info about the batteries and how to install them there, and the fact there are 3 button batteries in each boat. Well, who needs more boats when we're playing fishing games like that with the scooper? See, I would never have thought of that. I think the more fun starts once we add more boats. Oh, and the boat battles will begin. Okay, now I'm starting to see how this toy plays out. The white boat comes along, rams into the yellow boat. Oh, they do get past in that section there. And they're going to come and ram. Oh, they've got a little mind of their own. It's actually like the way Robofish play out as well. They have the same sort of randomness. And a head-on, as boats do, and they're jammed up there, which is all the fun. And of course, it's about adding more water and more boat chaos. And I dare say it's going to be more fun once we put another boat in there. Now I've seen them play, I understand that racing direction they are. I'd call that just random racing. That'd be more like it. Another one. Have its box. Well, I was going to call it a log jam, but it's actually a boat jam. And what will make a boat jam even worse is if we add another boat in there. And we'll see how the randomness of this toy starts to play out. Mind you, that new boat is doing a lot of propeller spinning and not much moving. It's like it's cavitating. You know what cavitating means? It's like when you have air around the propeller. Why is it doing that? See that?
Because it looks so cool.
Well, there you go, it looks cool. Daddy doesn't know that. My son does, going past a shark. Yeah, it's a different sort of toy, the best way I could say it. Yeah, it is very different indeed. So my son's got a boat trapped there with the crane, and because it's still powering on, it's trying to get away from there. The other 2 boats here keep getting jammed up in there, but more water gets out of them. It seems like it's more fun. And then every now and then the shark comes in for a bit of a munch. The shark actually causes waves. If that makes any sense. It's got a spring-loaded sort of head. You can sort of bite at people as they go by. Even while I'm trying to play with these now. It's funny, you start watching these things, you want to touch them, you want to play.
Do you know when something hits them, they go backwards?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Let's take a close look at the boat. Let me grab one and see what's going on here. So my son said when something hits, they go into backwards mode. Oh yeah, there's a sensor on the front of the boat.
And I catch a boat.
Yeah, okay, so when they hit each other, it'll hit into reverse. Quite clever.
See? Oh.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see that now. It's actually quite cool.
Oh, just crashed boats.
Yeah, I like this. The playset's transparent and you can see the boats whizzing by under the water.
Too big.
Yeah, there's moments when they get round at a fairly high pace when they don't hit each other. That little feature on the nose of the reverse action does set up the randomness. Now I'm starting to understand how these work. Well, my son pointed that out because Daddy didn't know. Yeah, you can see a good example of it then as it hits things, it just hits reverse gear. Yeah. But I like to see them just going around normally. If that sounds a bit boring, maybe that's the way I play. My son seems to like the shark. But I think what we should do is add our last boat into the equation here.
Dad, they're all stuck.
We've got a great big, well, the shark's causing that, isn't it? There's a shark involved in that.
No.
Okay, here is the last boat. Okay, and it's stuck as well. Fancy that. That's been fished out. Okay, getting rid of the bottleneck there. Oh. My son is actually quite enjoying this toy. Yes. My feeling is that if the playset was a little bit wider, we wouldn't get as many choke ups like that, as you can see there. Well, mind you, they are like battling boats, fighting boats. So we've got a big thing here where they're caught together. I think if we get them all going the same way, maybe we'll get some action going. I should read the thing. When they stop, we haven't quite worked out how to get them going again, have we? Have you got that one going?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, well, we've got it going. Well, I think that's the problem. They just get caught up. What this playset needed, it needed a couple of straight pieces to race on. It's a little bit too tight. That's just me speaking as Daddy.
Woo,
Daddy wishing he was a toy designer. Yeah, there's a race, okay, but then they have a crash, he reverses, and he just causes boat chaos. It's like the Manic Marina. That's what I would have called this playset, the Manic Marina.
I call it the Crash Boat Arena because it crashes everywhere and it gets even too.
My son also likes to do this to them. He likes to have them upside down. They will sort of do that. Upside down. As silly as that looks, he seemed to enjoy them being upside down. I don't know why. Because,
I like them upside down too.
I noticed that, yeah.
Get back here, you champ.
Funnily enough, one of the better features of the playset is this scoop here. Okay, who would have guessed that? I wouldn't have guessed it. And the boats are well doing their best to try and, well, basically block each other from doing a run. They're just like manic little boats.
I'm blocking them too.
Maybe the perfect thing to add even more chaos into that playset is to add the Finding Dory swimming little Dory. What did I tell you about adding too much water into the playset? That's Mummy's good table under that playset. Oh, I think it's ruined. Let's get little baby cute Dory out. Oh, single-handed unboxing again. Probably those mysterious rubber bands you can't see in here. Come on, out you come. I mean, honestly, isn't that one of the most adorable little toys that you ever laid your eyes on? I think that was the best part of Finding Dory was baby Dory. She was so cute in the way it was done. Okay, let's see how Dory goes. Looks like she's actually trying to get rid of the boats there. She's putting up a good fight. Look at her little tail going there. Okay, she's coming up to the shark. Mind you, she can't speak shark. She can only speak whale. There she goes. She's actually pushing that little boat along. Okay, she's doing rather well considering she's only an infant and there's a great big fishing thing going in there. She's as random as the other boats. And hey, look at her there. She's doing her best to push those boats along.
That guy's dead.
So in the Finding Dory coffee cup thing,
that guy's dead too.
Now we've got those in there. This is the way children randomly play. Who would ever guess that?
Those two are dead.
Little baby Dory
now
is still
she's killing this guy.
She's killing this playset.
Okay.
Look, she's the only thing working at the moment. Why do these keep stopping? What is it about these guys that keep...
He's still working.
Oh, yeah, you got to shake them, I think. I don't know. Maybe the toy company can tell me how to get them going again.
It just went
I do think it works better with less boats. Less is more in this playset. At least put one of these guys in because it does work rather well. Okay, but one of the bigger characters, I wonder if would marlins work in there? They're all fresh batteries in these guys. Let's see if marlin swims. It might negate you having to buy that other playset. Mind you, I think he's stuck there, and if he's stuck, guess who else is going to be stuck?
This guy's dead too.
Dory there. Yeah,
okay. Finding Dory.
She can't work in that. So they're actually a little bit too big for there.
She's dead.
But Nemo, Nemo just skimps through.
And then he's dead.
That's a he, actually. What about the angelfish thing, or anglerfish, whatever it is? Hey, that's an awesome thing, that one, with the light on it.
It works. Now he's dead.
Great. Guess where they've all ended up? Okay. Just looks like chaos, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot those guys as well. Yeah. That is chaotic. And how are we going to get those back into the playset? Like that. Okay. Mummy is going to freak out. Boys and girls, please don't overload the playset like this because it makes a huge mess. That playset is totally overloaded with water. They almost actually swim, but there's just big choke-ups. Fish out of water! Fish out of water! Quick, save him! He'll die if he's out of water. Can't do that
I'm not fishing.
Can't do that to marlin. Yeah, the little boats just keep getting caught up, don't they? What? Why are you pulling them out? They'll die out here. Yeah, that's it. If you keep them wet, they'll be okay. Quick, give Nemo some water. Not a boat, give him water.
Alright.
Those fish will die. But what did I say about Mummy's table? What did I say about water on the table?
Water on them.
You going to talk to Mummy about this?
No.
Thanks. So I think we've had a lot of fun making a mess, but I think we've seen enough of this playset to work out what exactly is going on. I think I've made my points in this video. There's aspects to this. There's aspects to this playset that I like. I do like the shark element, of course. The fact we can get a little Zuru fish swimming blah blahs in there is nice. I do like the boats, but I think it works better with less boats. Okay, we can't keep your eyes off that one, can you? Yeah, I like the crane aspect as well. The fact you can come along and snatch things with the crane is fun. I saw my son having a lot of fun with that. And I just think it actually is
get
nice.
Out of here.
It's got a nice look, this playset. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
The big dump.
Yeah, the big dump's going to be Mummy when she sees this mess. Just tell me, what do you think about the playset? Very short.
It's so cool.
Why? Why is it cool?
Because you can go fishing for boats and then you can race them and then blah blah blah. Yeah.
Okay, that's what he said. Yes, it really has me curious. These little boats in basically a $10 blow-up pool. I'm curious about that, but I'll show that in another video. And of course, the other thing that I'm extremely curious about is whether the little boats actually work in that playset there, and that'll be shown in another video.
Go crazy, alright.
Yeah, we're going crazy. We had some fun with this toy. We've certainly learned a few things about this toy.
Crash.
And it's getting manic now. We've made a lot of mess with this toy. At the end of our videos, what do we say?
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Well, didn't get a tongue in, but we've got some crazies. Mummy is gonna freak. She's gonna freak when she sees this mess.
Oh my god, this is my good table. Mate, look at this. Oh, no, look at this. Oh dear. Oh my goodness.
You're in trouble. I told you.
It was your idea.
It wasn't my idea.
Yes.
Oh no. Gee, clean up please.
No. It was Dad's idea.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You said you should say make the video.
Oh my goodness me. That was scary. Do you like sharks, do you?
Yeah.
That was rather daddy boring, wasn't it?
No.
You know what men do with constructions? This may get seen right at the end of the video. What does the boxing there remind you of when you look at that box there?
It reminds me of like the Finding Dory toys.
Finding Dory?
Yeah, toys. They can swim.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. I see it totally differently to you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and I think it's like...
What if I said it looks like a Hot Wheels box?
Yes, it does actually.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Now I've said that?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at that box again, because this is done before we rip into this box. When I saw this, boy oh boy, did I think it was a Hot Wheels set. Particularly looking at the artwork set up on that side there. Another curious fact was I actually found that toy in the Hot Wheels area at BigW in Australia. That's where I found it. Have not seen it anywhere else.